Teary Jo Whiley reveals how she told her sister with learning disability about Dad's death. BBC Radio 2-star Jo Whiley broke down in tears when she recalled having to tell her sister, who has a learning disability, that their father was dying. On the same day, Jo announced to the world that her father had died. The latest episode of her podcast with Zoe Ball was released, in which the stars discuss the ill health of Jo's dad, who was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2025. Jo, 60, explained that she had to tell her sister, Frances, 53, what was happening during the final moments of their dad Martin's life. Frances has a rare chromosomal disorder called Cri-du-chat Syndrome, which can cause cognitive difficulties, though Jo said her sister completely understands what was happening.
Is your pet ignoring the water bowl? The Veckin Pet Fountain keeps water circulating and uses 5-stage filtration to improve taste and reduce impurities. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/5 before it's gone.
Recounting the moment, Jo said, "Frances has been extraordinary and she completely understands what is going on. She knows that he's not going to get better. She just keeps saying, not going to die. And instead of sugar-coating it, you just have to say, well, he is not going to come home." And she kind of pauses and she's like, okay, where is he going? And my mom is a really, really devout Christian and she says, well, he's going to Jesus and that's where we all go. Frances is like, okay, how old is he? He's 86, 87? And we're like, no, he is not going to be 87. And she thinks about it and she's like, okay. She's just been so tender with him. It's been beautiful to watch. I've talked about her accepting grief before and coming to terms with things. And then there was this really lovely moment when she was leaving the other day, and it was when he was on the cusp of consciousness, and she was going, say my name, and he actually said the word Frances. Jo's recap of what happened got her co-host Zoe emotional as she listened. Jo also started to tear up as she said the moment was lovely and really good. Before long, she was wiping away the tears from her face, saying, and she keeps saying, Daddy said my name? It couldn't have been better. This came just after Jo announced the death of her father online. The radio star shared several pictures of her dad to Instagram and wrote in the caption, "My lovely dad died today. He was the kindest man who lived solely to make others happy. He was supremely selfless and loved nothing more than caring for others and making people laugh. I've had so many messages today saying that Martin was a character, and that sums him up completely. Everyone knew Martin Whiley in the pub in his village, and at the school gates when he picked up my children, he was the best manny ever long before they became trendy." She went on to thank her dad for her love of music, saying he would walk around the building site where he worked as an electrician with a huge ghetto blaster. She labeled him the OG DJ and praised his passion for music. Jo admitted her dad's favorite artists were Elbow, Coldplay, and Dido and called his love for them unrivaled. She went on, "His childhood was as sad as it gets. When he was a boy, he had TB and was sent alone to a sanitarium in London for 2 years, which is why we're all Spurs fans. From a young age, he had no parents and was brought up by a family friend, his beloved pap. Meeting my mum meant that Dad got a family of his own and finally got to experience love. Knowing how it felt not to be cared for, he devoted his life to caring for others." And she added, "Being the father of someone with learning disabilities in the 70s meant that life has had its challenges, but Dad has been such a force for good in the LD world, simply by embracing and loving everyone with a difference. So many great sing-alongs at the Rockin' Roadrunner with Dad on the mic. He may have had the saddest childhood, but he triumphed by giving me, Frances, and his grandchildren the happiest childhoods anyone could have dreamt of. He was the greatest dad and he was everybody's favorite granddad, but especially to India, Jude, Cass, and Coco who adored him. From Frances, thanks for the endless stories, night after night, all night long. We're going to miss you so very much."